What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Today we're predicting the NFL playoffs. It's that time of year. January football's arrived. We have our 14 contenders. Is it 14? 6, 12 plus Chiefs and Eagles. Yeah, it is 14. There we go. 7. Oh, I could have just done 7 and 7. That would have made it simpler. But whatever. We're here. NFL playoffs have arrived. Today we're going to go through all of the games, predict who's going to win, who's going home, and who I think will win the Super Bowl as of now. Yeah, there's no point really messing about here. Let's just get straight into these predictions and let's see who we're predicting where. So anyways, to start off, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, if this one's interesting because Jacksonville have really turned it on, especially towards the end of the season. And the Chargers have so many injuries right now, like it's hard to tell. Like, if you look at like both rosters on paper, you would say the Chargers should win this game. But the thing is, they're so injured right now, and Jacksonville's on really good form. So in my opinion, it's a tough game to call, but at the end of the day, I'm going to take Jacksonville in this one because I think they're hot at the right time. And the Chargers decided to play all their starters against Denver yesterday. I'm recording this on Monday, by the way, for anyone who wants to know. And, like, their whole team got hurt, so it's like, how am I supposed to predict the Chargers are going to win this game when their whole team is hurt? All they really have is Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen at this point. Is Austin Eckler still out there? I don't know. Keenan Allen might have got hurt yesterday too, for all I know. I know Joey Bosa did for sure, but anyways, rivalry from my home division, the AFC North. Diehard Cleveland Browns fan, as many of you know. Disappointing season, but we won't get into that. Bengals versus Ravens. Now, is Lamar Jackson gonna be back for this game? Is the only real X factor. I think Lamar will try to play, but I don't think he'll be at his best. This Cincinnati Bengals team, they're such a good core. They have such a good, well-rounded team. Joe Shiesty to Jamar Chase, that's such a great connection. And even when they can't get the Burrow to Chase connection going, they always got T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Joe Mixon as a running back too. Like, they're amazing on offense especially. And they played yesterday, and the Bengals absolutely blew them out. So either way, if Lamar's playing or not, I'm going to take Cincinnati in this game because I feel like Cincinnati is just the all-around better team here, and I think it's going to be really fun to watch them in these playoffs. I think they're one of those teams that if they get good at the right time, man, they're going to be a force to reckon with, and I think they're going to be a force to reckon with for a fair ways to come now. Like, Cincinnati are a very good team, so yeah, I'm gonna take the Bengals over the Ravens in this one. Bills over Dolphins. You've seen how good the Bills are. They wanna go out and perform for DeMar Hamlin, and the Dolphins, they're far from good at the moment. They are terrible at the moment, to say the least. I mean, good on Miami for making it to the playoffs, but I gotta take the Buffalo Bills in this one. I mean, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs is going to be too much to handle for the Dolphins in these playoffs. Imagine if the Bills still had Von Miller and he wasn't in for these playoffs. Oh man, that would be so fun. That would be so fun. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills to beat the Miami Dolphins. I do think that one will be a lot closer than people think, but I do think the Buffalo Bills will win that game. NFC time. Buccaneers, Cowboys. I like Brady's chances in this one, if I'm keeping it real. I mean, I think the Cowboys are a bit fraudulent because, I mean, they didn't look too good against the Commanders. I mean, I think they've also had, like, a fairly easy schedule, too. Like, you can see, like, at points where they've looked decent in the season, but then you realize it's, like, not great opposition or whatever. But yeah, I think the Cowboys, like, they're a good team in my opinion, but I think they're a bit overshadowed. And the Buccaneers beat them at the beginning of the season too. And I mean, say what you want about the game against Atlanta, but that game against Carolina was something else. And if they can get that Brady to Evans connection going, I think the Buccaneers can pull this one out. So I think Tampa Bay is going to get by Dallas in this game, unfortunately. I have a buddy who's a big Dallas Cowboys fan. Sorry, Jose, but yeah, no. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Dallas Cowboys. Brady over Dak, and Jerry Jones out in the first round again. Sorry, guys. Alright. Vikings versus Giants. Hold like the Minnesota Vikings at home. Please don't copyright me, Jack Harlow. If you see the trend here, I'm picking all the top teams, but you know what? If there's any game where I can see an upset, I think it's this one. And cause you know, I like the Minnesota Vikings, I really do. I predict them to win the NFC North at the beginning of the year, for those of you who remember. But the New York Giants, man, they could. Saquon, Danny Dimes, Kayvon Thibodeau, they've got a good team, man. The Giants have a good team. But do I think it's enough to beat the Minnesota Vikings? Oh, man. I don't know. I feel like that one's going to be a really tight game. I feel like that one's going to come down to like a last-minute field goal. But I'm going to play it safe on this one. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings to get past the New York Giants. Because, I mean, I feel like this is either one or the other. It's going to be Kirk Cousins goes off and has an amazing game, or he has a terrible game and they get carried by Dalvin Cook, pretty much. So that game could go either way, but I'm going to lean towards the Minnesota Vikings on that one because I think there's more of a chance Kirk gets hot and Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, all those guys get going. So, excuse me. Yeah, I'll take the Minnesota Vikings in that game. Game number 6, Niners versus Seahawks. Man, I'm going to keep it real with you. I think the 49ers are going to win this game. I think the Niners are probably the best team in the NFC at the moment. Imagine if they had their quarterback still going. Like, imagine if they had Trey Lance out there. Even Jimmy G. Jimmy G got him to a Super Bowl, right? So imagine if the Niners were still in the playoffs with Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. Not saying like Brock Purdy's a bad quarterback and all, but he's no Jimmy Garoppolo or Trey Lance. To be fair, Kyle Shanahan could make a quarterback out of anybody, but yeah, I see the Niners getting the win there. I mean, the Seahawks are a good squad. I mean, I did not see them getting this far at the beginning of the season, so props to them there. But yeah, I just don't see them going any further, unfortunately. I mean, they barely snuck into the 7th seed, and that was only because Detroit won, and they won on week 18. I would have much rather seen the Lions here. How awesome would have that been? But yeah, no, sorry, Seattle. I mean, props to you for getting here. I just don't see you getting much further. My bad, guys. Alright. Divisional round. Bengals, Bills. Oh my goodness, what a game. Run it back. Run it back. The game that we never got to see due to very unfortunate circumstances, by the way. Continue to pray for Damar Hamlin, even though he's breathing again. He's on the right recovery track. Still got to pray for the man. But anyways, Bills or Bengals? This is a tough one because I feel like if the Bills are going to win it, it's going to be either this year or next year. But Cincinnati could go out and win it for the next 5, you know what I mean? This is an interesting one. But you know what? I am going to take the Cincinnati Bengals. And a lot of you might be wondering, Skyler, you're the world's biggest Cleveland Browns fan. why are you taking the Cincinnati Bengals? Well, I think that offense can take you pretty well anywhere you'd want to go. And I mean, yes, the Bills have a great defense, but they're missing a lot of great pieces from that defense. Von Miller being the standard. I mean, I know they still got Matt Milano, or I think that's how you say his name, or what's his name, Tre'Davious White, still at cornerback. But the Bengals got so many options, man, and that game's definitely going to come down to a field goal. It'll probably be like 24-20, 24-22 by the end of the game. Maybe a little more high scoring, to be honest, but yeah, I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to pull that one out at Orchard Park. So yeah, Cincinnati are going to the conference championship once again. And then we're down to Jacksonville and Kansas City. Oh my. You can't pick against Kansas City on that game, unfortunately. I like Jacksonville. Props them making it this far. I like Trevor Lawrence too. He's a good guy. But I mean, do they have enough for Kansas City? To be fair, that offense could cause problems for the defense, because Kansas City's defense is not the greatest, to be fair to them. But I can't see Jacksonville getting past the Kansas City Chiefs, to be fair to them. So yeah, give me Kansas City. I think that could be like a 2 or 3 score game, to be honest. But yeah, give me Kansas City over Jacksonville. NFC divisional round, Buccaneers, Eagles. Man, the Eagles are so easy to pick here because they've been so hot all year. But Tampa could win that. Tampa could win that. Man, that's actually a good game, to be fair. Bucks, Eagles. Can Brady pull it out? Can he actually pull it out? I'm going to say no. I think with that team, like the way they're performing this year, I don't think the Buccaneers can pull it out. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles to the conference championship, mainly because they've been so hot all this season. And yeah, no, Philly have just been good. So yeah, I think that'll be a very tight game too. So if the Eagles want to go at it, they can definitely go at it. I mean, they've got a very good roster. They've played amazing all season. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, Devonta Smith. They've played amazing. So that's why I'm taking Philly over the Buccaneers in this game. Main thing is because Eagles are just they're that good, and the Buccaneers haven't been that good this year. I do think Brady can beat the Cowboys, but I don't think he can beat the Eagles this year. He did beat them last year, though, so I do think that'll be a very close game, but I do think the Eagles will pull that one out. And Vikings, 49ers. Ooh, Niners. Minnesota, you did well to get that far. I've got to say, you've done very well to get this far, but there's a big wall at the end of this yellow brick road for you. And I am pretty impressed that they've even got it this far. Like, a lot of people at the beginning of the season were like, oh yeah, the Green Bay Packers are going to dominate the division, but no, Minnesota, they got a squad, man. The Vikings got a squad, and I'm glad they stepped it up this year because, yeah, they got a team. After they're firing their head coach last season, it's pretty fair that they're stepping up now. Like, Justin Jefferson's been balling out all year, but yeah, I got the Niners in this one. Mainly because I think that offense can get going, but the Niners defense is so hard to beat, man. Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, and then that offense too, especially now with McCaffrey. Like, I think the Niners can go win the Super Bowl this year. I really do. I think the Niners are probably the best team in football at the moment. Like, imagine if they had Trey Lance out there still. That'd be awesome. Alright, time for the conference championship. AFC, Bengals, Chiefs. Run it back. Rematch of last year. That was another very good game. I remember watching that game. Who do we think? Who do we think will pull it out? Bengals or Chiefs? It's at Arrowhead again too this year, because the Chiefs are the 1 seed. Man, I don't know how to call this one. And this year they're without Tyreek Hill too, but I mean they've got more options with Kadarius Toney, Marquez Valdes-Scantling. You know what? I think the Chiefs are gonna get back to the Super Bowl this year. I think there's gonna be a big revenge factor in that game too. I think the Chiefs are gonna want all the smoke against Cincinnati. So yeah, I think you're gonna see a very motivated Kansas City in that game against the Cincinnati team, who still wants to get back there, obviously. But I mean, they've already been there. They've already got to the Super Bowl, so I don't think they're going to be as motivated as the Chiefs to get back there. I think Cincinnati's big motivation year is going to be next year. So yeah, I mean, good for Cincinnati. They made it this far again, but Kansas City, man, they're a beast of a team. Conference championship, Eagles, Niners. That's going to be such a good game. I would watch every second of that. But you know what? Niners get back to the Super Bowl. Yep, I said it. The Niners are going back to the Super Bowl. Any reason why? They've got the best team in football at the moment. What do I gotta say? Like, if you're talking all around best team in football, offense, defense, special teams, coaching, I think the Niners are the best team in football. So I am going to take the Niners over the Eagles. I do think it'll be another very close game. Probably going to be the Sunday night game. Excuse me again, oh my god, for the conference championship. But I do like the Niners over the Eagles in that game. Chiefs, Niners, Super Bowl. Oh man, I should simulate this on Madden is what I should do. Chiefs, Niners, running it back from 2020. Hopefully the next edition of COVID don't hit this time. But man, what a game this would be. The 1 seed in the AFC versus the 2 seed in the NFC. Oh. Does Patrick Mahomes beat San Francisco again? Or does San Francisco avenge their losses? I don't think... Yeah, Trey Lance or Garoppolo won't be back for the Super Bowl either. So you know what? Kansas City are going to win it for the second time against the Niners and win your 2023 Super Bowl. Why? Patrick Mahomes over Brock Purdy. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory, but I mean, throw me your opinion in the comments, but I think the Chiefs are going to pull this one out, man. Like I've said, Niners are probably the best team in football. The Chiefs are right up there too, but they've got that X factor. And in my opinion, the Niners, to be fair, the Niners could just run right through the Chiefs with Christian McCaffrey all game. But you're going to see more passing yardage out of the Chiefs than you're probably going to see running yards out of the Niners. And even when they do pass it, like they're going to try and get Debo going, but who knows if Debo's even going to be back for the playoffs. But yeah, those are my 2022 to 2023 NFL playoff predictions. It is here. NFL playoff football has arrived. It is time. It is ready to rumble. And yeah, it is here, baby. It is here. Bet your money on the Chiefs Super Bowl now. At the beginning of the year, I had money on a Bucs-Bengals Super Bowl. Yeah, I do. I still do have that bet. Let me see if I can pull it up here. There. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says $10 on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to make the Super Bowl. and with an $80 return. And I meant to bet $10 on the Cincinnati Bengals, but it only took $1, and now it only give me 19. So imagine that happens. Imagine the Bucs and the Bengals get to the Super Bowl. That'll win me like $100. I'm low-key rooting for that, not gonna lie. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you again for watching this video. More uploads coming soon. We're definitely getting more consistent ever since Christmas break and all that. So if you want more content, keep supporting, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting. I'm coming at you with more and more videos all the time. And yeah, that'll do it for today's upload. Make sure to enjoy these playoffs. Grab a beer. Grab some popcorn. Because it's going to be entertaining. And until next time, guys. Peace.